Welcome to the weather forecast on CIA TV channel. Dear friends, in today's forecast, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know about the weather that will impact the United States over the next 7 days. A powerful storm system will impact the United States over the next few days, with significant severe weather returning, including the risk of damaging winds, very large hail, and a few tornadoes. Additionally, major flooding continues in central Texas. Finally, Tropical Storm Chantel has made landfall in South Carolina, and this will likely bring significant flooding in addition to today's tornadoes in the Carolinas. And we'll start with what's happening across the country today, starting with the East Coast, right here with Tropical Storm Chantel, which has made landfall in South Carolina. It's a relatively strong tropical storm. More flooding, rain, and a few tornadoes are expected as it continues to move north. Back on the Great Plains, we've had some scattered showers and thunderstorms over the last 12 hours, including severe weather that brought strong winds and hail from Montana all the way down to Texas. And we're expecting another round of severe weather today. And tomorrow could be the most significant severe weather day we've had in a long time in areas like the Central Plains. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of moisture in Texas right now, which will lead to more showers and thunderstorms, and the risk of flooding is expected to continue across Texas today. The highest accumulation so far were near Streator, Texas, with 20 inches of rain. Flood warnings remain in effect across central Texas, just southwest of DFW, back near San Antonio and Austin, and just south of Abilene, where more heavy rainfall could lead to flooding today. Here's what it looks like through the late morning and early afternoon. We expect scattered showers and thunderstorms from Dallas-Fort Worth all the way into central Texas, where heavy rainfall could cause further flooding. And that's exactly what we don't need in Texas right now. Unfortunately, this major flooding is expected to continue today. And tomorrow, we expect even more rain in central Texas. Now, let's talk more about the potential for some detailed settlement over the next few days. Starting today, we have a 2 out of 5 chance of slight settlement in Colorado, Wyoming, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Nebraska, and the border threat extends into New Mexico and Texas. We also have 3 other marginal threats of detailed settlement, which address some of what could happen today. The biggest concern for risk in our central plains will be damaging winds, which could be significant at times. Damaging winds of up to 80 to 90 miles per hour are possible this afternoon. Large to very large hail is also a major concern in the sandhills of western Nebraska and northeastern Colorado. There's also a chance for a few tornadoes today. We're looking at the Carolinas for a possible tornado or 2 in the morning and early hours, and another tornado risk in the concentric. And then on Monday, the threat of severe weather will be more significant in the Central Plains, where we now have a 3 out of 5 risk of severe weather in northeastern Colorado, central Nebraska, southern South Dakota, and northwest Kansas. And then there are minor and insignificant threats throughout Minnesota and the Texas Panhandle. We expect all types of hazards for the Monday settlement period, including significant risks for damaging winds, which could be very heavy or even widespread at times, especially across the sandy areas of Nebraska. Large to very large hail is also possible. Hail as large as apples can be found in central South Dakota, extending into northeastern Colorado. And then on Tuesday, the risk of settlement will continue in the Central Plains. We have established trash storms with hail and winds that will be a possibility and a tornado risk. We're also watching the East Coast for individual event times. And then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I think our extreme events will really gain dominance across the Northern Plains, Midwest, and Ohio Valley, especially Friday and Saturday. We're watching for the possibility of 1 or 2 major events in the Midwest and Ohio Valley. Now this is the severe weather starting today. We're expecting a line of severe storms this afternoon around 4 to 5 o'clock. A lot of those storms will be breaking out across northeastern Colorado and western Nebraska. The biggest concern with those storms will be damaging winds and large hail. If we manage to get any isolated storms in front of that line, we could see a tornado or two, but overall, I think the main concern is strong winds. And then later this evening into the night, this will continue to be an isolated threat of strong winds as it moves toward Omaha and also into very far northwestern Oklahoma. Now, I think Monday is going to be the more severe weather day. I expect there to be a more significant risk of severe weather across mostly northeastern Colorado and western Nebraska, where again a line of storms will develop with the threat of damaging winds that could cause widespread damage. And after Monday, we'll have a couple of days of moderate scale severe weather, including Tuesday and Wednesday. But on Thursday and Friday, a large trough is likely to erupt right across Montana and into North Dakota. And that could be our next big source of severe weather. So that's something we'll need to watch very closely, especially on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tropical Storm Chantel will continue to move into Virginia and North Carolina throughout the day today, bringing flooding rainfall and a low risk for isolated tornadoes. On Monday and Tuesday, we expect severe weather to continue across the Great Plains, and then on Tuesday, a couple of more severe storms are possible across the Midwest, and there could be a little bit of storm activity along the East Coast. And then as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, I think Wednesday, Thursday are generally quieter days, at least across most of the lower 48 states. We could see some severe weather on Thursday, depending on when that thermal trough breaks out. But we could even see significant severe weather potential depending on the timing of that low pressure system, anywhere from Nebraska and Kansas, really all the way down to North Dakota on Thursday. By Friday, that storm system moves further north and east. We could see a severe weather threat unfold across the Midwest on Friday. But again, there are a lot of question marks around the evolution of this low pressure system. And then on Saturday, more severe weather is possible across the Ohio Valley from that same system. And then finally, on Sunday and Monday, the chances of severe weather become much more uncertain, but we're likely to continue to see a pretty active pattern when it comes to severe weather, even into mid-July. And here's a look at Tropical Storm Chantel, which made landfall this morning back in South Carolina. This storm has made some progress toward becoming a hurricane. It actually strengthened just before it made landfall, but it has weakened and will continue to weaken as it moves north and eventually heads toward North Carolina later today. But we're expecting some major flooding, and on top of that, there's a chance for some tornadoes. So as this tropical storm continues to move inland, there's a chance for major flooding today. We could have some localized areas with up to 10 to 11 inches of rain throughout the day today and into early tomorrow morning. So definitely be prepared for the possibility of flooding, especially in central and eastern North Carolina and also in eastern South Carolina throughout the day today. We will continuously update the storm situation in the next news. Please subscribe to the channel to follow. Thank you for watching the news on CI TV channel.